Hi, I'm Steve Hargadon, and I want to invite you to join the first ever online Tiny House Summit, February 20th to the 24th. We'll have some great speakers like the Tiny Nest Project's Jake and Kiva. Clips of their presentation are coming up next. Each day of our 5-day event will have great presentations for you to watch, with over 30 in total. Please do join by signing up at tinyhousesummit.com, and we will see you online.
We got introduced to tiny houses through watching a documentary called
We the Tiny
House People. And it's kind of like a documentary that covers a whole bunch of alternative dwellings. And from there, we just started kind of throwing around design ideas. And
yeah, we were living in an apartment at the time and had never really considered, we never really reached the point of making the plunge into putting a down payment on a house and getting involved in the mortgage. And we didn't really know there was kind of this other path we could take. And we suddenly hit this fork when we watched that documentary and realized that there was this other path that we could take. And we started seriously considering it. It was just not an option, not a realistic option for us to buy. And we were just coasting on this kind of renting norm, and it just felt like a whole world, like a whole future suddenly opened up that was realistic. Like, it was a natural and engaging process to just learn it all. And it's not like it's not rocket science. There's some building science, but it's very physical and visceral. Like, it's something that makes sense, and I think is something that a lot of people can pick up on. You know, oh yeah, this is how the wall is built, and then when you put the roofing or whatever, and oh, that's going to keep the rain out. Okay, that makes sense. And you piece it together, and you realize pretty quickly that it's not an insurmountable task to learn everything you need to build your own home. I mean,
we're already experiencing freedoms because of the tiny house. And just because tiny houses are such a non-traditional thing, it almost like opens up other non-traditional ways of doing things, like living on your parents' property, or working for neighbors, or like sharing land, or it just like opens up other possibilities that are freeing. Like, just the fact that Jake and I don't have to work 9-to-5 jobs is freeing.
Literally everything that's in this room is exactly what was in our most recent apartment. So what we were in that apartment, I was designing the house, and I was like, well, I want to have this set up. And so I just designed it in there. And so making the transition into this space felt totally seamless because it's totally familiar. It's not like we're going into uncharted territory. And like the kitchen, we've got a big kitchen space, and we have a king-size bed, which is actually bigger than the beds we had in like our apartments. So I think we always try to recommend tailoring it to yourself instead of taking the approach that you're making a leap into this new life of tiny. It's like, bring your life with you into the tiny.